And we're done. That took me, I think, 2 tries my first time. And after that, I had no problem, man. I'm gonna be ballsy, and I'm not gonna grab that extra horseshoe. I have enough lives anyway, so I have nothing to worry about. I might get one before Raleigh anyway. I think to give you one. Well, nothing left but... That's not really as awesome as it looks.
How delightful! We have a guest. The only thing is, I hate unexpected guests!
Listen, Raleigh. Wipe up my family and steal what's mine? You better expect company.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. How sloppy of me not to finish the job. Obviously, we should have snuffed you out as well. So, without further ado, let me make amends by what? Bloating to gargantuan size and squashing you like the insignificant bug that you are!
Bring it on.
So this boss is kind of like Tiny Tiger from Crash Bandicoot 2, actually. You're just gonna want to run away for a bit, and you're gonna wanna, I think 6 times, and then he'll blow back to normal. He'll shrink down. And then you're just gonna wanna hit him. And then, like Tiny, some of the platforms will fall. And for this phase, you'll only have 1 left to work with. You're gonna want to be fairly quick because he'll blow back up fairly fast, actually. Although this time, now the platforms will fall whenever he jumps on them. And I believe right now he should be loading back to normal. Now here comes the hard part. We're only gonna have 1 platform to work with, and he's gonna not jump around, but he's gonna do something else. He's gonna do this. I recommend regular jumping, not double jumping. And that's it!
Blast it all! You've beaten me! Well, gloat all you want, Sly Cooper. You're no match for Mugshot, my villainous cohort in Utah. You'll see. Mesa City is so well guarded, a snake couldn't slither in without setting off alarms.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not really a hard boss, but it can be tricky in some spots. I remember losing a few lives the first time.
Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held detailed instructions on how to perform my ancestor Ryoichi Cooper's Ninja Spire Jump, a technique he developed while sneaking into the thickly fortified castles of feudal Japan. Finding a way off Raleigh's boat got a little tricky with the untimely arrival of Inspector Fox, who, failing to find me, busted Raleigh and his crew. With the storm machine out of commission, boats found their way back onto the ocean, and the mystery of the Welsh Triangle faded from memory. My gang and I loafed around England for a while, enjoying the pleasant weather, and then headed back home, excited for our next heist.
I took the liberty of pinning your mission map up on the wall. You can use it to warp directly to any levels you've already visited.
And that's actually very useful. So now we have
We're
our
all
next
set to
world
go to
available.
Mesa City.
And we have Bentley rocking out to, I guess, a very old-looking iPod. I don't know what that is supposed to be. But here's where the game is gonna spike up its difficulty.
It had been a while since I'd been back in the U.S. Next up, the notorious Mugshot. Ruthless muscle of the fiendish five. What he lacked in brains, he definitely made up for in brawn. Turns out he wasn't always that way. He grew up as the run of the litter. A neighborhood weakling. The only friends he could turn to were usually found on the big screen. It was there that he spotted his first gangster, and he knew instantly that that's what he wanted to be. He spent the rest of his youth working real hard to get there, fueled on his dreams of great power and respect. With enough perspiration, he realized that dream. He'd become a hard-boiled, street-brawling, tough-as-nails gangster, ensuring that he'd never be kicked on or pushed around again. So he's holed up in Mesa City, huh? I've always wanted to go to that thriving American boomtown.
Alright, here we are. Like before, we're gonna have to go through a preliminary level before we reach the hub world. Here, the game takes quite a spike in difficulty. First off, we have to find 40 bottles instead of 20 or 30. And that's just the first world itself. It takes a few spikes elsewhere with some of the enemies and all.
Hey, Sly, I thought you said Mesa City was going to be loud and busy. This looks more like a ghost town.
Something's happened. Where is everyone?
I don't know, but it's starting to give me the creeps. What do you say we take off?
And miss all the fun? Besides, I want to try out that new move I got from Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus.
You mean the ninja spire jump?
Yeah, do me a favor and read me the instructions again.
To landeth safely upon diminutive points, leapeth lively and presseth the triggering device with the round geometrical object emblazoned upon it.
So, jump and hit the circle button to land on narrow spots.
That's a rough translation.
I believe the ninja spire is a real-life technique, actually. Never seen it for myself. I'll take the game, but I'll take the internet's word for it. Some of these enemies can be kind of tricky, though. I believe some can kind of fake you out. And also, platforming can be also a bit tricky. The one thing you'll probably notice with binoculars is that safe we got, the one that showed the locations of bottles and whatnot, that is not going to apply here. As I said before, that only applies to Raleigh's world. And all the enemies here are dog-themed, which I don't really like hurting dogs, so you know, I kind of am not really a fan of that. I probably want to hit that checkpoint first before we continue. Because I think I saw one. I also kind of feel bad for Mugshot, though. Unlike Raleigh, he's kind of... You can't really hate him. I mean, bullies are kind of a pain. Pretty sure all of us have dealt, all of you guys, including myself, have dealt with a bully at some point or something like a bully.
What's with those flashing lights?
The latest in high-tech security. Electronic floor sensors. Step on them and you're a goner.
Nice touch.
They're safe to walk on while flashing, but it also means they're about to switch to a different sector.
I actually was able to fend off most bullies, no problem, because I took karate. I mean, I didn't get beat up or anything, but I probably could on my own. And me and a few friends of mine wrestled a few times, and, you know, I was able to kick ass a few times. I'm not trying to brag or anything. Let's see. Take it slow. I can probably make it to that bottle there. Actually, I think I can take the long way back, and it should be good. So now I guess we can go after that bottle. Assuming I can jump. Okay, that was weird. He made a weird jump. I thought I was gonna grab that hoop, but I guess he doesn't. Or did. You're gonna want to be a bit careful here, because the platforms here are kind of small. Let's see if I line myself perfectly. I don't recommend a slow... Actually, let me see if it'll work here. Could be useful here, actually. You can make sure of where you're going. And it really will be useful if you don't even have a Lucky Charm. This really is where the game stops its tutorial phase. Okay. Damn it. I think that's the first time I died. We got all the bottles there, thankfully, so I don't have to go back. And if you die, but you didn't hit a checkpoint, and you already got some bottles, you'll be safe. It's nothing to worry about. We're at about halfway through the bottles. That's nice. I think the save is actually nearby. Could be wrong. I know it's fairly close to before the... I know it's fairly early in the level. Well, it's not like at the end of it, I know that much. Okay! What? That's bullshit! I hit the enemy before it hit me. Like I said, the game already took quite a noticeable spike in difficulty. At least I should be getting a horseshoe soon. Let's see what the dive can do. Okay, that's not bad. Would have saved a bit of time. You know, I don't really get that. Why? Those dogs are like real-life dogs, and the other ones aren't. Like, you know, those can only bark, they can't actually talk, and they're they are on all fours. Oh, that's just me maybe probably looking at this too much. I'm trying to make sense out of something that probably doesn't make sense. Woo! Okay, let's see something there. This can be a bit of a tricky jump, actually. I've seen it bug out a few times where after I jump, Sly would just die. He would just fall to his death for some reason. Oh, wait. I never even noticed that, the wire. I am so smart sometimes. Save something there, but we can't do anything about it. So we're just gonna have to progress through and collect the other bottles. We're thankfully pretty decent to the level, so it's not gonna be too much of a worry. And here, this can be kind of tricky, to be honest, swinging from these, because you have to kind of get at the peak of your jump by moving back and forth on the stick. Still haven't found the other balls yet. Not grabbing that key just yet, but there's still a few more balls yet. Oh god, don't tell me I missed a bottle. We have to head back anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. I guess I will cut ahead to when I find the extra bottle. That bottle I missed. Oh wow, I think I saw this before and I just somehow forgot about it. It doesn't really matter that much. I hope that doesn't really become a running thing, where I miss one bottle at the end of the level,
Press the circle to
and I have to go all the way back for it.
A little bit of higher mathematics and voila!
Fuck math.
Dial in 314.
That was weird. I skipped over it. I thought it stops automatically when you hit the first two, then it's when you're scrolling over.
Outstanding! You've uncovered Rob McCooper's patented explosive hat technique. Use the triangle button to toss your cap. Then use the triangle button again to detonate it. Better back off to a safe distance first.
This is a lot, and I mean a lot less useful than you think it'll be. Because, first off, there's a distance slide frozen. That's so tiny. And the fact that it can hurt you, too. It could be useful if you could, like, control the, like, where you're throwing it at distance. But for now, it really is useless. I don't know if it gets any upgrades. I don't think it does. But you shouldn't really bother with it. You probably could find a use for it. But other than that, it is completely useless. I've used it like once successfully, and even then I had to try a few times to get it to work. Like, there's an enemy right below me. I threw it and then I detonated it. It didn't kill him. I had to move it and then it worked. And that's it for the preliminary level. We're now ready to head to the hub.